Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. Today is day 108 of our free-to-play farming guide. I don't think there's too much different out of the normal that we'll be going through today, but, we'll be going through it, of course, like normal. But first, here's a word from our sponsor, HelloFresh. We are sponsored by HelloFresh, so please go check them out in the link down below, as well as the description, using the coupon code to get 21 free meals with HelloFresh. HelloFresh Festive Fare collection features limited time recipes made with seasonal produce and premium proteins. Get out of the post-holiday slump with these elevated winter classics. If you're looking for an easy way to eat well and save money this year, cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant quality meal right in your own kitchen. We're going to be testing out HelloFresh, and we'll be showing off some of their food that we get from them, and seeing, what that's like and how good that food is. I've had friends that have had HelloFresh in the past, and they really enjoyed it. I've thought about it and hadn't taken the plunge until just now. So look forward to those streams, and in these videos, we'll be, showing off different foods and meals that we got from HelloFresh. Let's see, and fast and fresh recipes. HelloFresh's latest line of meals features robust flavors, filling portions, are ready in less than 15 minutes. Enjoy taste and quality done quick with recipes like the Falafel Power Bowl, seared steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, or Southwest pork and bean burritos. You'll hear more about them in the following videos, but please go click on the link in the description as well as using that coupon code alongside it and get 21 free meals from HelloFresh. So, let's see. I will be trying to go live tonight. I should be able to. I don't think there should be any issue with me going live. So I'll live stream tonight's Grand Arena. Now, this weekend was it Friday and Sunday's Grand Arena, I will not be able to live stream. I will be out of town again. And unable to post any videos, so no Friday, Saturday, or Sunday videos outside of if I think of something and I'm able to record it before Friday. I will just be, offline for that week, for this weekend, and back at it again Monday evening. That means I don't know if I'll be able to compete in Grand Arena on the alt account. I'll have to find a way out. I'll have to find a way around that. I should be able to, but I'll still have to find a way. I have an idea for that. Yeah, I just thought about that. Glad I mentioned that. Because I do not have access to, I do not have easy access to the main account on my phone. Or the main account I can get on my phone, not too hard. I'm good to go. On the alt account that can be in Grand Arena, I do have to do some finagling, usually remote into my PC to then have access to the alt account on my phone, which is then delayed and has some lag. Not the best situation to play Grand Arena in, but that might just be what I have to do. Both accounts, just to give a little bit of a spoiler, I looked at Grand Arena for both accounts, and it's GP-wise, it's a pretty even matchup for both accounts. The main account, my opponent has less GP than me, I believe, but has a crap ton of relics. So we'll see what he plans to do with those relics. Let's see. I doubt that's enough, but might go through and spend that money to get him up to 7 stars and see where that puts him at. Let's see. Is there any Vader? Man, I gotta tell you, I was getting Vader shards every day. It felt like every day I was getting Vader and TIE Advanced shards in Fleet Arena. Or in the Fleet store. And it just ain't happening anymore. It's really frustrating because I was very happy with being able to just farm Vader quickly, farm TIE Advanced quickly, and that has slowed down a lot. So I'm about halfway to getting Basila up to 7 stars. And I will be happy once I do that. Because, man, is that a slow grind. Such a slow grind. Let's see. Yep. Piet. Alright. Of course, I'll be refreshing those throughout the day. I'm ready. Man, I'm ready to make some more improvements on this account. This account is not ready for Grand Arena. Not ready for Grand Arena. Now, I still got 5 more levels to go, and that's probably going to take me another month. But we shall see. What else has been going on? Not sure. I'm not sure what else is really going on right now. I feel like I was watching some videos. Oh, I haven't finished it yet. I have not finished it yet. I feel like Imperial Private 420. I think that was his. Yeah. I feel like you will really like this. I feel like my other friend that I know personally that watches these videos, I feel like he would agree. I haven't talked to him too much about this before, but I feel like he would agree. I was watching a video, and I don't know how big this YouTuber was, but he was talking about how Star Wars Legends did justice to Luke. So much more so than the sequels. And at first, for myself, I would think, well, that's obvious. You don't have to think much to realize that the sequels did not give the original trilogy characters any justice at all. But he goes through and tells a bunch of the stories that Luke goes through the comics, video games, and the novels for Star Wars Legends. And it was really cool, actually, because I knew hints and glimpses of a lot of these stories, but to actually hear him go through what Luke goes through, what challenges, what growth his character has throughout those books was really cool to hear about. And there is a time in Legends where Luke falls to the dark side. He joins Emperor Palpatine, a reincarnated Emperor Palpatine. Somehow, Palpatine returned. It's like the only line from the sequels I really like. But I really do like that line just because it's funny. But he joins Palpatine, and he believes that the best and only way to defeat Palpatine is from the inside. So he joins, and he does turn to the dark side for a time. And when he goes to fight Palpatine, he realizes that he cannot beat him alone. He needs help, and I believe it was Mara Jade, helps him to defeat Palpatine. And it was the way this video talked about it. It was that moment that Luke realized that the New Republic needs his help as a Jedi. He is the last Jedi. But at the same time, he's the first Jedi. The Jedi aren't over. The Jedi have... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat this team. He realizes that he's the last Jedi, but he also realizes that he's the first Jedi and can start training others. And he gains the confidence over time to start a school, to train new Jedi. And he realizes, and that kind of takes us into some of my favorite of the Star Wars novels, the Jedi Academy trilogy. And I love the Jedi Academy trilogy. It was the first expanded lore Legends novels that I read, and I loved them so much. He realizes in that trilogy that his students that he trains are going to be tempted by the dark side. They are going to face struggles, and it is not up to him to protect them from those struggles. It is up to him to teach them how to face their fears, how to face the dark side, but not fall to the dark side. And that alone, that idea alone, is why the sequel trilogies failed. That is why Jake Skywalker in the sequel trilogies is not Luke Skywalker. Because Luke would have known. He might have been tempted. He might have struggled. But he would have learned that his students are going to struggle against the dark side. They are going to face the temptation of the dark side, because all Jedi do. All Jedi are going to face that struggle. He had to on Dagobah. That was why he went into the cave, was to face the fear of the dark side and learn how to overcome it, how to not be afraid of the dark side, but be certain that he is stronger than his opponent, that his determination can help him win the fight and bring those back from the dark side. Luke would not have wanted to kill a student just because they were being tempted. That is why The Last Jedi is such a bad movie. Because Luke would never have done that. Luke is a Jedi. He has to face the fear of the dark side. He was afraid before he faced Vader. He had to face his fears and be better than them and be stronger than his fears to be able to face up against Vader. He was tempted to join the dark side. Even if you're going to say that he never joined the dark side in the movie canon, he would have been tempted. He was tempted in the original trilogy. He knew the temptation of the dark side. And one of the... And... I have to reset. Hold on. One of the biggest flaws with the sequel trilogy is not even their story. It's not even the story, because you can enjoy the story. I do not, but someone can. Some people have. The biggest flaw is that it's 30 years later, or however many years. It's that there were so much time in between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, story-wise, not recording-wise, but story-wise. There was so much time that we don't know about. We don't know the state of the relationship between Luke and Ben before that incident. We don't know the relationship that Ben had with his parents before he went off to be trained. Maybe Han and Leia were terrible parents. Maybe Luke was a terrible Jedi Master. We don't know. I don't think he would be. But we don't know. We don't know what the real temptation, what the temptation was that Ben was feeling. As well as, I don't remember what video I saw it from, but we don't know how the interaction went down between the confrontation of Ben and Luke. Because if you think about it, we hear Ben's side of the story. We hear Luke's side of the story. But we never heard the truth. Now, you could say Luke told the truth. You could say Ben told the truth. But we don't have a litmus test. We don't have a proof over what truly happened. And that's a problem. In Legends, we see Han and Leia fall in love. We see some stories as she's pregnant with Jason and Jaina. We see stories of them being young kids. We see stories of Luke struggling as the only Jedi in the galaxy. And we eventually come to a 15 years later, 20 years later, where Han and Leia's son, I believe it was Jason, falls to the dark side and becomes a Sith. You only get that if you go through their growth, training, if you know them as a character. Anakin falling to the dark side and becoming Darth Vader is only emotional and only emotionally impacting and important after you've watched Clone Wars, after you've watched Revenge of the Sith, after you've watched Attack of the Clones, when you see that he had a friendship and a brotherly bond with Obi-Wan, that he loved Padme, that he had a father type relationship with Ahsoka, that to do what he did to become Darth Vader, he lost everything. It's only impactful once you know the relationships that were there in the first place. Until then, he's just Darth Vader. Until then, he's just the scary bad guy. Who cares about Snoke? We don't know anything about... Well, we do know a decent amount about him now. Never mind. We do know that he is just a clone. No matter how stupid that is. But who cares about Ben Solo? We don't know anything about him other than Han and Leia's son, tempted by the dark side, joined the dark side, and he's moody. What was his relationship with his parents actually like? What was his training with Luke actually like? What actually happened the night of the confrontation with Luke? We see a scene of the temple being burned. Where did the Knights of Ren come from? Who are the Knights of Ren? Who is Ren? They wanted to tell a story. But they didn't even manage to tell a story. It was like the story was told like you were at a party. And it keeps getting interrupted. And you never get to learn the full story. And you just walk away not even knowing what the point of the story was. Or how anything was connected. I'm going to end it there. Because I could go on about this all day. The rest of the day. I do want to hear about your comments below. I do want to read your comments and your thoughts on all of that below. Please go ahead and write a book. I will happily read your comments and try to respond whether in just tomorrow's video or as well as in the comments. I would hope that you can tell my emotions and my passion through this. Y'all have a great day. I will see you tonight. For those who are still here, don't forget I will be releasing a video on my Bad Batch review later this evening. Other than that, I will see you tonight. Y'all have a great day, and may the Force be with you.